The July 4th holiday weekend is one of the most heavily traveled times on Alabama roads, with traffic to the beach or the lake or local fireworks that Eric was just talking about and other celebrations. It can also be one of the deadliest times on the road. Last year, there were 13 fatalities on roads across the state during the 4th of July holiday weekend. So the Alabama Department of Transportation is asking drivers to do their part this year to make this a fatality-free 4th of July. Wouldn't that be nice? Joining us now with more information on how we can all stay safe on the road during the holiday, Drive Safe Alabama Coordinator Allison Green. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good to meet you. Talk to us a little bit about what you guys do on a daily basis. We concentrate on this during holidays.
Right.
This is something you guys look at every day of the year.
That's true. We start with engineering, and sometimes that means putting up the median barriers on the interstate to prevent those crossover crashes. We also educate the public on how to drive safely through our Drive Safe Alabama public information program.
All right, well, tell us more about what you guys do as far as statistics. How do you look at statistics for a holiday weekend? When does that start? Has it started already?
You know, it will start today. Today around 6 p.m. is when we start looking at those stats closely. And it is something, because there's so much traveling going on this time of year. And of course, with the unfortunate increase in use of alcohol, that just can be a deadly combination. And we are finding that you are 7 times more likely to die in a crash if there's an alcohol-impaired driver involved.
Do you think people are listening? We have these campaigns, these catchy slogans. Are people listening and paying attention?
We are hearing that people are paying attention, and I think, unfortunately, that reality is becoming something that we're personally involved with, and so they're hearing the message. And we always tell people, you know, safe roads start with safe drivers.
So how do you get that message out besides coming on television and talking about it? What are some of the other tools that you use?
We have a Facebook page where people can go and find tips. They can find videos, information on how to be a safe driver. We have a website as well, drivesafealabama.org.
And I know you have all the numbers. A lot of times the teenagers get a bad rap when it comes to driving any time of the year, but especially during this time because they are new behind the wheel. Is that something that is true? Do we see more problems with teen drivers?
There are more teen drivers that are having problems, and a lot of that is from inexperience.
Yeah. So during this time of year, you mentioned drinking as one of the things. What are some of the other issues that arise just during these holiday travel times?
Well, we find that people are not wearing their seat belts. Maybe they're having fun, they've been to the lake, they jump in the car to go home, and they forget about that seat belt. That is your best defense on the road. And we're asking people to buckle up, whether you're in the front seat or the rear seat. That decision is in your hand, and it can make a big difference in whether or not you survive a crash.
And another thing, too, people become accustomed to their everyday traffic flow, what they see when they go to work or wherever they have to go during a normal week. The traffic isn't going to be like a normal week this weekend.
No, it will absolutely not be like a normal week. Whether you're going a mile down the store, down the road to the grocery store, or you're traveling to the beach, you're going to see increased traffic. And this is the time where we have to practice these safe driving habits that start with buckling up.
And the thing about buckling up, a lot of people have heard of crashes where people couldn't get out of their seatbelt, and it has caused a hindrance to them when they were trying to maybe get out of a vehicle that had been damaged greatly, and they thought they would do better outside of the seatbelt. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to survive a crash because of that seatbelt, right?
Exactly. The statistics are greatly in your favor if you wear that seatbelt. What we're seeing is that 56% of the people who die on Alabama roads are not wearing a seatbelt, and most of those crashes would have been survivable.
Yeah, we talked yesterday about the iPhone 10-year anniversary and how everything has changed, and everybody has an app now, and you guys do too. So tell us about your app and how it can help in this campaign to be fatality-free.
We have ALDOT Traffic, which is a website and a mobile app, so you can download it onto your iPhone or if you have an Android device. This is really a one-stop location to get the Alabama traffic information. You can also learn about road conditions and up-to-the-minute work site conditions if there's work zones on your route. And really, it's a way for you to plan ahead so that you get the route that has the least congestion, so you'll be safer.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here. If they want to find out more about this campaign, maybe have you come and talk to maybe one of their groups at their church or their school or where they work, how can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to our drivesafealabama.org website, and there's contact information for me on there, Allison Green. I'd love to come out and speak to your group or get you information to be a safer driver.
And if we save one life with this conversation, it was worth it.
It was absolutely worth it.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for
Tanya.
being here. And be safe yourself,
Yes,
okay?
you too.
Stay with us. Coming up, find out what the city of Prattville is doing to get the Independence Day celebration started this weekend, and also find out more about a great concert, a patriotic concert that's coming up. You're watching Alabama Live on WSFA 12 News.